And one fish, two fish. And one fish, two fish. And red fish, blue fish. And one fish, two fish. And red fish, blue fish. And one fish, two fish. And red fish, blue fish. And red fish, blue fish. And one fish, two fish. And red fish, blue fish. Right, sound check is weird. Sounds good. That's what it's. Oakley Dokley. Serious Echo. I know. Apparently, I still had the YouTube and the Twitch sounds on during the cartoon. Should be good now. Where am I? All right. It's unofficially summer. I think that unofficially starts today. So let's try. Let's say goodbye to the. Say goodbye to those little flowers in the corner and let me dig up. I think I'll get Bongo back this year. Bongo, our summer dolphin friend. Let's do that. Puddle Man? What? What are we doing? All right, let's hide that. Okay, let's copy. Where do I have the I have a directory where I put all of this stuff. Seasonal items. Yep, let's do that. Take a look. Let's see if Bongo's in the seasonal item somewhere. Bongo the dolphin. There we go. Let's get Bongo out. Chris, how come when I open up 4.22 just once it changes all your background colors in my interface and Baz Studio? I don't know. Because apparently 4.22 isn't pulling up your latest user settings, I guess. And then it saves them for you. Do you have a copy of your user settings saved off in a corner somewhere so you can bring it back up when that happens? I've learned my lesson. I have copies of user settings. It helps me get so I don't have to do things like rebuild the toolbar. Although the colors still got janky when I went for 4.24. So maybe I think maybe there's a disconnect between 4.24 and 4.22. I don't know. You're having the other day when you open up and try to render. Now that I open up one, I normally use that. It's ugly green color when you hover over things. I have been seeing. Am I still getting the ugly green color when I hover over things? You mean in the 3D window or just in general? You meant 4.23. Oh, I think 4.23 changed something that makes the ugly green color hover color. Yeah, I saw that in 4.23 also. Or 24, 4.24. Yeah, I saw the same thing. Like that, right? The ugly green color. Did they make that a new thing? Possibly. 4.21 was a yellow when you hovered over it. Now it's green. And you didn't. No, you didn't. 4.24 made changes. Is there a spot where we can change that in the custom style? I don't know if I'll. You know what? The accent colors, probably. Special interest colors. So I suppose you could go in and change those. Let's find out. Because I'm thinking tooltip color also. Ooh, those are just ugly, aren't they? You tried to find where it is? Well, I'm pretty sure it's one of these, but I'm not sure which one. Let's see if we can find out. 3D axis is fine. Hyperlinks, we're not looking at hyperlinks. Tips, is it one of the tool tips? Tool lesson, probably not. It's probably an accent. Probably special interest color, I would guess, but I could be wrong. If I make that orange and we accept, say okay, and preview. I, of course, can't see it. I guess I have to accept it. Nope, still green. Where is that pane that you opened up? That's not what I'm saying. You tried to find and couldn't find it. Oh, okay. It's Windows style, customize style. Disable selectable for all time. And it's probably, I don't know. Let me just change all of these to, let's change that to orange. See if that changed anything. There you go. That's what it was right there. I think. So you're still, and you still may spot some greens in here. But at least that one is now orange. So that's located in window, style, customize, accents. The one where you're highlighting the tabs is this. This might be, you know what, I'm just going to change these all though. I'm going to change you to red so I can actually figure out what you actually are. I have no idea where that is. The highlighters just sees disable selectable for all time. I'm not quite following Athrun there. Anyhow, what are we doing? Cowgirl stuff. I'm still on the cowgirl stuff. I think we're going to do jewelry and boots. We're going to do mostly Blender, just in case Emerga shows up. We're going to try to do Blender on days Emerga might show up. Then tomorrow we're going to do Marvelous Designer some more, and maybe some Substance Painter. After the cowgirl outfit, I'm thinking 1940s lingerie. Do a bullet bra, garter belt, stockings. Um, and not normal lingerie. We're talking stripper lingerie. Oh, um, here, let's get this over here. What I was gonna do is I got to do a little tweaks on the hat jewelry. Thank you, Chris. Don't know why it has to change just because you opened up a different version. That's just Daz being Daz. For whatever reason, they set it up so it just wouldn't pull from. Somebody thought it was a good idea to change that, or they redid something. I'm not sure what it would be. Oh, stripper lingerie, best kind. Check how the YouTube is looking. I adjusted my bots a little bit to make cleaner messages when they post to the other one. Let's see, is that looking any better? That actually looks a lot better. You know, because if I'm sticking a name in front of it, you don't really need it to say Twitch as well, and that was making things really noisy. So now it just says who's posting. I might rename this bot maybe. If I can remember how to do the bots. I've already forgotten. I think you create an account. Uh, the one I use for Twitch, I probably really want to change that because I wasn't really thinking that one through. See if I can do a Chris Cox bot over there. Anyhow, yo, Rod, popping in for a minute. Got to go pick up some meds in a few. Hey, well, you better get out there soon, dude. I know if it were my pharmacy, I don't even know if my pharmacy would be open today. If they are open today, they might just have closed. My pharmacy isn't really big on staying open late on holidays. Heck, I'm lucky. I have to get out there early to catch them on Sundays. Oop, I just realized my door's open. Hold on. Okay, we're back. Yo, Quasi Media. Yeah, instead of Chris Cox, Chris Dude Cox, I probably should just call that Chris Cox Bot if I can. I'll try renaming that Twitch account. I think, what is it? You have to wait 30 or 60 days. I think I might be past that. Also, somebody needs to shave. Anyhow, what are we doing? Cowboy stuff. Cowboy hat. So when we last saw the cowboy hat, I made the thing that goes around the headband, the decorations. I'm also going to turn that into jewelry. We're going to make bracelets out of those. Yours is open till 4 or so. Oh, there you go. Happy Memorial Day. Remember those that gave their lives serving their country. And if the Fuhrer has his way, it'll soon be his birth. It'll be another holiday for him. Because he wants to steal the veterans' holiday. And I think wants to steal the flag holiday. What am I doing? Let me get that cowboy hat. I want to make cowboy boots. I think I'm going to try to make some jewelry. If I do those, though, I'm probably not going to get to the boots. Let's see if we can work a little bit on the jewelry. So I didn't make that quite big enough. I have to scale that up a little bit to fit this band here. Because I fitted this to the wrong hat. That's supposed to be fitted to that hat. You can see how it clips. So here, actually, let's import. Do I have the version of this? Yeah, we're going to import in the OBJ version of this, size it up, and then save it back out. So let's call you. What do you call those things on a cowboy hat, anyhow? Band, fancy band. I don't know. Did we shout out Quasi? I don't think we shouted out Quasi. Good to see you, man. I'm going to import this. Are you my import? I think you're my import. Activate import. There we go. I'm calling it Flare.
Hey, bud. Let's party.
Cowabunga, dude. All right, let's import that one. I'm calling it Hat Flare. That's what it was. Let's do that. Hat Flare needs to be just a little bit bigger, so I'm just going to scale it up in here. And I'm just going to call you Hat Flare OG. We'll hide Hat Flare OG. We'll come into Hat Flare. Do I just want to do local? You know, I'm not going to do local. Let's just do a little global action on that. And let's do a median point. They just call them bands on hats. I'm going to call it flare. Just to differentiate between the actual band that's on there. Besides, us office space fans like the term flare. All right, let's scale that. I selected the wrong thing. Let's try this again. I somewhere have a box of flare. Did I not tell you to scale on the meeting point? I did. Let's reset your origin to geometry. Let's try that. There we go. I think I'm going to go with that. I'm going to re-export. Dang, that's a lot of sharpness, isn't it? All right, I think we're going to re-export that as hat flare, and then we can use that. And then I'm going to use the same thing to make a bracelet. And also, I think we'll make earrings with this. I'm going to steal 1950s earrings because I want to steal the backing off of that. Hey, Willie, how are you doing today? All right, let's export that. Activate export. We're just going to override Dale Western Hat Flare. There we go. Let's make sure I'm using my dad's presets. There we go. Happy, happy, joy, joy. All right, do I have a G9 in here? I do have a G9 in here. I want to steal the earrings from, what did I call that? Daisy, the Doors, the Debbie, I forget. Let's go do an import, and we're gonna fish around a little bit till I can figure out where I saved the earrings I'm looking for. I believe they're in the 1950s folder. And it's probably, was it the Darlin dress? Darlin sounds like the name of the... I do want to do Rockabilly Swing again. I have pulled it from the marketplaces. Nope, I'm not seeing the earrings in there. Always makes you chuckle, doesn't it? I got to go shopping at Daz. I'm going to check my own store because I can't even remember what I call my own products anymore. Daisy, 50s Daisy outfit. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. There it is. 50 Daisy's dress. Should be in the whip folder. Should be something in here that says earrings G9. Right. I'm gonna just work with that one right there. Because I'm that lazy. And these are just going to be clip-ons. And I just basically want the clip-on back for this. We're going to take that little round thing and kind of mount that up as an earring on here. Let's tab into here. I have materials. I should. One of these is metal. Just can't see what he's doing. The purple metal. Select that. Control I. Delete the rest. We're going to keep that, and then I'm just going to mount this kind of clear design. But this is somewhere else in here. This is actually right there in the OG. Let's open up the OG. Duplicate that. Try that again. Shift-D, there we go. This is currently, also, let's do that a second time because I'm going to need this for the bracelet as well. I'm going to call this earring. Earrings. Let's see what we got here. There's a few things on here. I do want that. I don't need the array anymore. Don't need this curve modifier. And these don't have backs on them, so I'm going to fill in the back. Yeah, I deleted the back off. That's okay. We've got the technology to fix that. Let's not do X-ray because then I just really can't see what I'm doing. And you know what? We don't need, because this is an earring, I don't need that little connector there, so we're going to get rid of you. I'm going to fill in the back. So let's just put that there. And gone alert, and gone alert. We will do this. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. We have the technology. Don't worry. Right click, loop tools, circle. all good now. Then I'm just going to do this. I mean, honestly, Daz doesn't care for doesn't doesn't really mind n-gons that aren't moving around as long as they're not concaved, which this isn't. Or is it convex? I always. But I'm just going to go ahead and make those all tries anyhow, just to be. Oh no, Chris made tries. Don't rat him out. I got to redo the UVs on this though. Also, you know what? I think I'm going to touch up. I'm going to make it a little bit thicker out. Do that. For the earrings. I might make it a little thicker for the bracelet, but we'll play with that one in a second. Maybe I should just take you for both. Yeah, let's get rid of. I don't want that anymore. Just gonna dupe this. So let's dupe this before I move it. Then we're gonna take it up and make a an earring out of it. See that? You're gonna become the bracelets. Something like that. All right, we'll come back here. Nope, that is the earring that's up. All right, let's just line this up with that that mount I have up there. Also, we're going to make it smaller. Hey, that's in the ballpark. Am I still in local? Is that clever? And did I do it this way? Which means this is probably the the x-axis. Yay, I did. Nice. I'm just going to pull that out a little bit. All that nasty sharpness. Let me see if we can grab this, and let me hide the other earring for just a second because I want to try to grab this. Did I kind of get similars? I did. Okay. I'm just going to try to expand that out like so. I'm going to pull that out off of that ear just a little bit. At least on the front. I'm not too worried about the back. I don't know. Maybe I will fix the back too while I'm at it. I can just rotate that. Anyhow, I just did. Let's do this first. Let's put a little bit of proportional editing on here. Say connected only. Let's do the regular old smooth. And I lost my selection, didn't I? Right. All right, that's too strong. I'm going to roll that back. Kind of like that. Pull that out a little bit like that. Think, Control L that. I think I'm just going to rotate that out a little bit. I think I'm going to put the 3D cursor right here. Then I'm going to rotate it around a little bit. And we're going to have that center on the 3D cursor. I can just pivot on that point, kind of like that. View a little. Probably going to be okay. All right, let's bring the other part of the earring back in. Did I already scale this? I guess they were. I want that to be bigger. In the real world, probably not, but in Daz world, probably. I think maybe a little obnoxiously. I think I want to tilt this whole thing a little flatter, though. Let's grab both of these. In Dazzyland. Yeah, in Dazzyland. Yo, Imurga, how are you doing today? Look, we're doing Blender. Damn it, I still have the 3D cursor selected. Let's go back to that. Control L, D, Y, pull you out. So in Dazzyland, I want it to be a little bit bigger so it's more noticeable. In a real world, I probably would make them maybe that size. But in Daz, when you're working with figures and you're doing stuff like this, you tend to not to, I don't know, I tend to over exaggerate the size of things like earrings just so they're a little more apparent. Yo, SROM. Got Jazz Hand in Dazzyland. There you Oh, sorry, you said hand. There you go. So I'm gonna make this a little bit larger. And then we're gonna probably just bring it down a bit. Then I'm gonna snug it up. And I think I'm gonna rotate the whole thing a little. Going the wrong way. There we go. And I think that's gonna be my earring. Let's combine these two. Let's tab out that and that. Actually, that and that. And do the old Control J. Well, you know what? I should probably. That looks like it's already subdivided. This probably I should apply the subdivision on this. What the hell happened to my little dome thing? Something didn't get scaled. There we go. Thank God for undo. The TGFU. Yes, it is. TGFU. Cool. I got to remember that one. EZ. Control L. E. Z. Is that how big I want that? Or do I want it bigger? I think I'm just going to go with that. And everybody, make sure you're following SROM. He's awesome. It's awesome, Rom. Dang it. There's a separation in there. Let's tab out. Let's select you. Let's select all. E, Z, there we go. That's what my problem is. Are you lined up? Probably should slide back on that a little bit. Maybe like that. Okay, now I think I'm going to combine them. So before we do that, let's apply our sub. Take that. Nope, missed. Take that and that. J and good. Yo, Art, how are you doing today? And actually, let's do that the other way. Select you, and then Control J. This way, my local axis is oriented a little bit. So here, I'm going to do this. Maybe a little bit more. I like that. Maybe we will rotate that around a little bit. All right, I think we're gonna go with that. Watching but can't chat. Okay. Well, thanks for watching, dude. I appreciate that. All right, we're ready. I gotta put some. Let's get some UV mapping on here. So I should have seams marked for most of this. We're gonna mark a seam around the back here, I think. So we'll mark a seam there. Maybe I'll mark another seam through here. Mark a seam. I think that maybe goes all the way around. Yep, that'll be a good seam right there. Then I think mark a seam right there. And I'm going to mark a seam right there and over there. So this should come. Oh, and I need to put a seam right in here. Now that circle. So that should come into two parts. This should come out into two parts. This, I'm not quite sure how that's going to. This should be three parts. I'll have an edge. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to have an edge. I'm going to clear that seam. I missed. Try that. Let's clear that seam. And I'm going to clear that seam. And I'm going to put the seam right here instead. That should just come out into two parts. And we'll pop over here to UV editing and select everything and do apparently I didn't even bother marking seams last time I did the earrings. That is definitely some smart UV mapping going on there. But I got a little more clever today. That just got a little weird, didn't it? Why did you... Something isn't wrapping right. Let's take a look. Let's do this in parts. These I think are coming out okay. Oh, I got a bunch of stuff that's pinned in here. That's my problem. I think if I clear the pins, I had pins left over when we were UV mapping earlier. So here we'll get unpin everything. Try this again. There we go. I have a seam right there. You know what? And it's stretching out. Maybe, you know what? I'm gonna UV map these. Control L. From I can't do that over here. I got to do it over here. Project from view. So where did you go? I didn't have anything selected. That was my problem. Try this again. Am I in? I'm in edit mode. Oh, I'm not looking at the earring. That's my problem. I'm going to do it like this, and then we're going to redo the back. And I'm going to do this, then I'm going to pin kind of the circle, I think. See, that's better. I think metal 3, just select that, and let's just unwrap that like this. That off to the side. Control I. And I control L. That just get no, that didn't. Let's try that again. Control. You're not staying to this side of the seam, are you? Control L. Sometimes it does that, sometimes it doesn't. Why are you not? Seam. That worked. All right, let's do this. Seams from islands. Should be good. We're going to do a little bit of scaling. Just to unselect it. There we go. Let's just pack. I'm going to pack this all in half the map, so the when we flip it, we can put that UV mapping over here. Let's do we're using Packmaster for that, the paid add-on for Blender. I am looking for, is it advanced packing options? Of course, because I use this all the time. There, we're going to use the custom target box. Edit target box. There we go. Press D to start drawing. And I think it's right mouse button. Maybe not. Can I just grab? Can I just grab this and pull it over? There we go. That works. See, there we go. Now we're in half. I'm going to select everything. Use the old pack option, and it puts it all nicely into this half. I just want to. There's a logical up and down on this, so I'm just going to try to make sure that that's oriented straight up. And so right here is the up orientation, so we're going to re-rotate that. So that comes this way. I'm going to have to repack this, but or maybe not. I think I'm going to do that. I don't know. Where's the top on this one? It is over there. But we're going to rotate this up. And let's see how this is all looking. I think I might have slipped out of bounds over here. And I got a little bit of a weird. Should be. Oh, because now that's off-centered. Because you didn't rotate with you. You should have rotated together. Great. Fix that. I'm going to tell it not to rotate now. Somewhere in here is the option to rotation enabled. Let's take that off. Let's do this. Let's repack. Got a little bit smaller. Maybe if I tweak the rotation on these a little bit, it'll pack a little bit better. That could have packed better. Really? I got all this extra room up here. I could almost manually pack, or maybe not. Maybe I can't quite get these up in here, make them larger. You would think I could. It's probably good enough, though. I'm probably angsting about minor benefits in textile density. So I think this is probably going to be good enough. So back to layout. Now we'll just do a mirror modifier on this. Somewhere in here, there we go. Let's apply our transforms, so that goes to the other side. Also, I forget this sometimes, but we want to do that. So that the UVs that we carefully packed into half over here then gets flipped for this other part. Think I'm good. We got a little bit of a divot in there. You know what? I'm going to leave it. Is it character? All right, so the earrings are done. Let's do the bracelets. Well, they're partially done. So I'm going to shift D this, right? So we got our copy. That's going to be my backup. I'm just going to stick that over there in that hidden collection. We're going to apply our modifiers. Then we're going to break this apart into a right, a left flare earring. So I got to do that. Tab in. Grab all of that. Separate it. Hide it just to make sure I didn't screw anything up. Looks good. Bring that back. Let's give these this is now earring. And I'm gonna call this Dale earring R. Dale earring. And we are looking at the right one. So that's the R. This will be Dale earring L. Okay, and then bracelets. I don't want to get too close to the hands because it makes setting these up and down is a real pain in the tuchus. I think I'm going to put it way up here. I know it looks goofily. So I'm going to sketch out we're going to use a curve. We're going to take this down here, what we saved for the bracelet, and apply it to the curve. And so that it kind of bends around the arm a little bit. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to have like a big centerpiece, and then we're going to put two small pieces that are identical to the sides. Kind of like this. Control A, Shift D, G, X. I got my copy. I'm going to rotate that just a little bit and make it smaller. So I'm going to set it up so that this part here fits into that notch. And Chris is going to say, what do I got? I got 12 segments, 24 segments, goes into 360. I don't know. I can't math that fast. 24. No, it's 360 divided by 24. 360 divided by 24. Should give me a nice. That give me an answer? 15. There we go. So RY 15. That went to the wrong spot. Median point. There's my problem. RY 15. That's better. I'm going to make this smaller, but I'm not going to make it thinner. We're going to scale, but not on the Y. Maybe a little bit larger than that. I think that'll be good. I'm just going to node that up into there. Then I'm just going to copy this over to the other side. Go Shift D that. Let's just put that right there. Should be good. So we're going to bend that onto the arm. I've got way too much. I think I've got enough geometry, or I don't have to worry about it. If I don't, we can just apply the subdivision modifier. I might just apply the subdivision modifier just to get a smoother bend out of that. But we'll see. Anyhow, let's block off our bracelet here. Do I want to just do this with a circle? I think I'm going to try to do this with a circle. I'm going to try to set this up so I can kind of see what I'm doing. So let's do this. Let's make curve. I'm going to do a circle, tab in, and we're off center because my 3D cursor I was using as a centering point earlier. Can I do global, can I not see? You know what? I'm just going to redo that. Control D. And all right, Chris is trying to remember how this works. Is it Shift C? Yes, sort of. Gotta be a way to do that without the camera going crazy. Maybe Control Shift C. I don't know. Anyhow, I've got my 3D cursor recentered. That's what I was really trying to do. And now we get this circle. Just going to scale that way down because that's going to become a bracelet. And I'm going to use curve modifier to put this onto that. At least that's what I'm planning. I think it's a deform curve object, Bezier circle. Kind of like that, except the other way. One of these has got to get flipped. I'm just going to do it in here. We'll rotate X 180. There we go. All right, now let's just line this up on the wrist. And actually, I kind of want this to set up just a little bit above. What I'm thinking of doing, let's back into here and let's slide you guys a little bit this way so that that sitting on top of the curve a little bit, because I'm going to turn this into geometry at some point is the plan. We can always modify this stuff a little bit later. All right, so we're good to go. I'm going to move this in object mode so I can kind of change my local orientation. Oh, that's not working. Sorry, there's something buzzing outside my window. It's probably a carpenter bee. I want to, you know what? I think I have to do it on the inside, don't I? I do have to do it on the inside. Yep, I have to do it on the inside for now. I think I do. Yeah. Which is kind of, so I'm going to R the 90, wrong way. RZ 180. I want that over there. I'll line you up like that. Of course, you're not orienting. Now can I move set origin to geometry? No, I don't want to do that. All right, I think I am going to. Oh, well, I'll just work on it like this. This is a little not quite what I wanted to do. We'll see. I'm on the wrong side. Am I in it? I am in it, but okay. Put you there. You all over here. Go like that. Probably just going to have to rotate that later. That might be okay. Can I flatten that? Is that an option? Do I get the loop tools option in here? I do not. Dang it. That would have been too easy. I would. You know what? I like that normal. That X might be okay. Is that a Y? Scale Y0? Not exactly. Don't get too close to the wrist. It's a trap. Inside the hand now. Uh, all right, let's put a geometry on here. I think I'm close enough. So I think we're going to maybe make that a little bit larger and rotate it a bit. And I'm going to probably try to rotate on the x-axis. Let's do that. Let's tab in, select all, scale, tab out, tab in, scale, tab out. I don't think I've got everything selected. I think that's good. All right, now we're going to try to rotate that. Probably about 45, but I should be able to do it this way. Tab in R Z. Can't tell if I'm going the right way or not. RX 45. Pretty close. Oh, I went the wrong. I did the Z. I want to do the. I want to do on the X. RX. That's not an X. It's because I'm in normal mode. Go back to global. RX. You like that? Are you looking? Pretty close. Maybe a few more degrees and we'll get that on there. Maybe RX. Just a skosh more. I think that'll kind of work for me. Though it would have been nice if this lined up better on that. Well, you know what it is. I know what it is. I just have to. As my center is off a little bit, so I think we just slide this up a little bit. I'm going to have a foot in the way. Let's move that. Yeah, so I want that centered up over here, I think. Kind of like that. That should probably fix that issue. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. And then I just kind of want to put a band on there. Trying to think what sort of clever way. I don't want it to just be a tube. I just did that with the last one because I was lazy. I just made this little love knot bracelet, just basically lofting along a curve and made a knot out of it. This one I just want to be a little flatter in shape and maybe not connected with a little bit of a curve break back here. So I think I'm going to set up the basic shape with this somehow. So I think if I duplicate this, I think I can then, yeah, get the curve modif. Yeah, if I do that, I can convert this to a mesh, then maybe do a little bit of extruding and shaping off of that. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Um, my brain has stopped. All right, let's do this. I'm going to duplicate that. That's Bezier circle 1, right? Well, nope, where are you? Yeah, it's Bezier circle 1. Let's convert you to mesh. Take a look. That's a little denser than I wanted, so let's dial that back. So we'll come back to making that a curve again. Just going to take a look at, instead of this resolution here, let's maybe fix that, then convert to a mesh. Do I have the convert option right here? I do. And if we tab in and take a look at all of our points, I think that's a good resolution right there. Do an extrude. Actually, before I extrude, let me just make sure I'm... Okay, I want to just flatten this out. I think now that it's a mesh, we can get away with the flatten. And then I can do an extrude. Hey, thanks, Art. You know what? No, actually, we're going to do a fill. Oh, no, he's filled a circle with an end gun. Then I'm going to do an extrude, pull that out, cut out this little hole in the center. Um, Actually, we can cut out the hole in the center now. That's actually going to just be the thickness of our bracelet, right? Control I that. Actually, and I don't need that. Didn't want to do vertices. Dang it. Get rid of that face. I think I'm going to get rid of these two faces in here. And then we can do the extrude. How's my normal orientation in here? Perfect. It's exactly what I wanted it to do. Oh, you didn't? Oh, no, I've got, we still got proportional editing on. That's what's going up. All right. Something like that. I still have an axis on there. It's kind of what I wanted to do, like that. Is that too... Well, it should be a little bit larger, but not on the Y. So, scale, shift Y. We can just pull that until it just taps that. The flare should be good. Then we can curve out these corners. And is that a little thick? Probably a little thick. So we can kind of fix that. I just bring you around like that. Scale that, but not on the Y. Make it a little bit thinner. Too thin. Looks good. I think I want to make maybe this part a little wider. Just kind of do this with a little proportional editing, and dang it, I don't have a good vector to scale that on. I know what's my local. Maybe I'll just move these. We do this the way I've got this set up right now. Still work on the normal. I still have a vector that goes straight up. I do, so that's convenient. So I'm just going to pull that up. Kind of like that. You know, that's so subtle, I don't even see it. I don't even know why I'm doing that. If I do it this way, I can see a little bit of the curve on the edges. Am I going to put one level of subdivision on here? I think I might. Oops. I want to do it like that. Yeah, never mind. I don't like that. Change of plans. We're going to just go back to this. All right. I'm going to put a couple of loop cuts through here so I can get a little bit of curve in here. And yeah, let's do that. Say 2 for that. I'm going to slide these corners back a little bit. Although if I subdivide this, it'll... We subdivide this, what it'll look like. Generate subdivision. I am going to slide those back a little bit. Also, I think I'm going to crease these edges so that it holds its shape a little bit better. Anyhow, I'm going to grab that one and that one. Nope. That one and that one. And let's see if we can go like that. Yep, like that. Do the same thing on the other side. I should put that thing back in here that shows what my keys are again. I've been thinking about doing that. Also, I want to reset up my closed captions again. Been meaning to do that ever since that one site shut down. It had the decent free closed captions. I haven't had them. All right, let's crease those. Maybe like that. I think that's going to look fine. This is getting a little stretched out here. So I might just scale that in a little bit. That way, I may have stretched it somehow. That looks a little better. Okay, so what do I got? I'm going to call you Metal 3. Don't I have a Metal 03 in here somewhere? There's one. I'm going to just steal that one there. And I think I'm good. I think I'm ready to, so have you had your subdivision applied? You have not, so you're good to go. So I'm going to apply the curve modifier. And I can combine these two together because they both have sub-Ds on them. Let's try that. So, Shift D. That again, Shift D. Shift D. I'm going to dump you over here into the backup collection, just in case. I select that. I got the right one selected. Huzzah. All right, Control A. Looking good. I got you, Bezier circle. I don't think I need you anymore. Put you over. Nope, you were. What are you attached to? I may have grabbed the wrong one. I had grabbed the wrong one. Okay, we're good. We're good. That, and a good old Control J. And this is going to become AO bracelet R. All right, we're going to UV map this and mirror this. Control A just to make sure all my transforms are set up for mirroring. Actually, let's see how this looks on G9. Just I don't want to be crying later on when I realize it doesn't quite fit. You know what? I think I'm going to tighten that up, and I think I'm going to rotate the whole thing around a little bit. Let's move the set the origin to the geometry now. I wish it would center it in kind of the. Is there a way to do that? Because it's weight centering based on the amount of geometry, and most of the geometry is over here. So it's putting my center over here. I wish it would just kind of within the bounds center it. Is there an option for that? Origin to center of mass. Here we go. Origin to center of mass volume. That did not work. Let's try that again. Object to center of mass surface. That still did not. Those didn't do what I thought they would do. Sets object origin by either moving the data or setting the center of the data, or use 3D cursor origin to center of mass. Calculate the center of mass from the surface area. This one. Nope, all of those seem to do kind of the same thing. Anyhow, I'm just gonna work with it like that. So I want to rotate you a little bit more like that. Maybe move you over here. See, how do you look over here? I'm gonna maybe tighten that scaling up a little bit. Yes, we're looking through the arm, so that when I do, problem is my scaling is going to be in a weird spot. In edit mode, select the vertex around where you want the origin. Move the 3D cursor to selected. All right, hey, there we go. That works. Let's try that. Control L. Select where you want, and then move the 3D cursor to selected. Not sure how that works. Is there nailed it first try it? Well, I need the I'm not sure what to move to. Shift S. Oh, okay. There you go. Cursor to selected. There we go. When we tab out, we just set origin to the 3D cursor. Most excellent, dude. Thanks. That works. Now when I tab in here, select everything. We look down the arm. Now I'm scaling on the center. Yay. I can see part of my geometry starting to pull through there. We're just going to excellent. I like that. Let means I'm getting some good. And then we're just going to scale that back out a little bit. Maybe move you out just so we're not slipping into the arm. The invoice is in the mail. Yes, sir. Pull that out just a little bit further. I think I'm just going to flatten. Nah, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to hope that doesn't get too janky. We might end up moving this on the arm. We're going to get this into DAZ and we're going to rig this onto the character and see how it's looking. This isn't the final version. I just want to see if I'm far enough outside the hand that it's not really horribly deforming this, because I really don't want to make corrective body shapes for this bracelet. I'm lazy. So the secret to that is just put the bracelet farther up the arm. So this is just going to be Dale bracelet R. Dale bracelet R. I mean, I can make corrective body shapes, but it's just tedious and it's always a pain in the ass. And I can just maybe just put it in a different spot, we'd be fine. Export that. All right. Where's my DAZ? There's my DAZ. Let's get a Genesis 9 in here. That is taking its sweet time. All right, here we go. Import. Dale bracelet R. There we go. Accept. We use the transfer tool right off the bat just to see how this is working out. Genesis 9. Bracelet. Just going to use the old bodysuit type template. Let's do that. Accept. It makes all of those morphs in there. Let's take a look at how this is. Did I not select the bracelet? I did. Did I? I hit the decimal point thinking I would zoom in, and I'm in the wrong program. I'm going to do this. Let's see how this goes. We're going to bend this hand and see what happens to the bracelet. That's a thumb. I knew that. So I'm going to slide that up a bit farther up the arm. And then we'll reset that. It's going to take you all right up about here. Means I'm going to have to probably resize it just a little bit, right? Just a pinch. And you know what? I think I'm just going to pop in and use a little proportional editing on that. Let's switch you back to, are you not centering on my meeting? There we go. Pull that out a little bit. You know what? I think I'm just going to tighten that up a little bit over here. I've got a little bit of an issue over here. I have connected turn on. I do have connected. No, I turn that off. I think that'll be fine. Let's see how this rigs. Hello, hello, Monsieur Loke. All right. Export. We're not going to just update this. We're just going to re-rig it because if we just update this, it'll bring in the same weight mapping it had before, which we don't want. So that goes away. Bring in the new one, and we'll just re-rig that. How that goes. Activate transfer tool. Nope, that was not the transfer tool. That was the Morph Pro. Dump to down. You, and say, what did I say? Loose. I don't know. Except that. Does that give me more forgiving? You know that it doesn't seem to be deformed. I selected the thumb again. Control E. See how that's looking. I'm getting a little bit of movement in there. Getting a bunch of movement in there. I can probably fix that with the weight maps though. So I think this is going to be fine. What we can do is come over to the bracelet. I'm in the wrong thing. Shift X that. If we go down here to this right hand, come into here. We're not done with this yet, so I don't want to do too much on this. Tool settings, general weights. And if we select all and just remove that weight, I think it should be good. Geometry selection, select all. And then geometry editing, fill selection with 0. Accept. Okay, there is a JCM going on in here. We can see that. Or I'm sorry, a CBS. I can tweak that though. I can put a counter CBS in here. Right there, this thing. That fix morph. So I think that's going to be good. I'm happy with that position. I can fix that and not be too worried about it. All right. So I don't need to keep that. This was just a proof of concept. All right, so this is good. Let's pop over to UV editing. We have to set up some UVing on this. Am I in the right? Okay, I think I got to redo my seams on these. So let's do that too. I'm just going to clear seams. We're just going to put seams right here, here, and there. We'll just mark seams there. Also, I'm just going to mark one seam all the way around. And then we should be able to just, I don't know, let's try this. 3AU unwrap minimum stretch. I still have pinned points again. Damn it. And it's just left over from the original one where I had pinned points. All right, let's try this again. Is good. You know what? That's probably going to pack nicely into a half. Let's just do that. Looking good. They might remove the movement issue. What is that? What if you have it just sit up a bit higher? I did that. I can easily kill those. Those are easy to kill body corrective morphs. I can just come in, make a minor vertex change, and then just use that for offsetting those. So I don't really I could move it up to get it outside of that, but I don't have to. I can just load in, and they're easy to make Morse. Because basically it's the same shape. But if I don't change the shape just a little bit, and by just a little bit means I have to go in there and like move one vert just a little bit. If it realizes it's the same shape when it's loading it in from the original, it won't bring it in. But if I change it just a little bit, then I can use it as a corrective body shape. And then I can just overwrite that in the bracelet itself. We can overwrite that corrective body shape with our own. So when that happens, it uses our updated version, which basically is the same thing. So then it doesn't deform. I have no idea if that made sense or not. So this is good. We're going to make a duplicate. We're going to mirror this, separate it, and save these out. So back to the layout. I'm happy with that. I will get the cowboy boots some other time. We're just doing the earrings and the bracelets today. So let's. I want to apply. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and apply this subdivision here. Then we'll just add our mirror modifier. This time I'm going to remember to mirror the UVs. Oh, and it's hanging out over here because we got to refix our transforms. There we go. We've applied the transforms, so that's over there. Let's apply the mirror. Let's just take a quick peek, make sure that I am not going insane. There's our mirrored UVs. Huzzah. Back over to here, tap in, that, L to get it all. Just lean into that plus key until it's all done. P, selection. Hide that just to make sure I got it all. Looks like I did. All right, unhide that. Change the name of that. I should put a space in there. Gonna be Dale Bracelet L. Put a space right there. All right, looks good. Did I already export out the earrings? I may have. I don't remember now. Here, we'll export out the bracelets. That's the left. I have not exported the earrings yet. Okay. That's the left. Export that. Ray, Rod's back. How's the pharmacist? Rod probably picked a pharmacy based on how cute the pharmacist was. Now I think about it. Did you get the pharmacy with the cute pharmacist? Was that it, Rod? I think that was your criteria for dentist. Right? No, no. Oh, she's cute. That's my dentist. She's got a 1-star review, but that's okay. Rod has priorities. I know you've got a. You just look. I know. I think we're good. We've exported the left. Let's export the right. Let's get the earrings out. Did I split the earrings up or not? I don't remember. We're going to go take a look at my earrings and see how I did those. Because actually, however I did those, I can probably do these kind of the same. Do I even have these earrings installed? Hold on. We're going to go take a look. I don't even know if I had the Daisy dress installed. Where's Chris's content library? Crying out. There it is. All right. Content library is going over to screen 2 for a minute. Hold on. So having done earrings once, I'm just going to cheat and steal those for this earrings. And I might actually just use the transfer tool to transfer these earrings to those earrings. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Never mind. That's poser formats. There's that. Chris's stuff. People. Genesis 9 clothing. Decox. I don't have the Daisy installed, so let's install that. Yeah, submissions. 50s Daisy outfit. There we go. Hop into there. Yo, Kayfae! How are you doing? There's my favorite oil painter. Everybody, check out Kayfae art. She is absolutely a marvelous painter and a whole lot of fun to listen to. I appreciate that raid. Thank you so much. There's a dyslexic heart for you. I'm working on a cowboy outfit, cowgirl outfit, technically. There is a dress. Today I'm working on a bracelet and earrings to go with it. And I forgot what I was doing because I got distracted by the wonderful raid. I'm copying this. I'm going to come over here to my DAS folder and install. I'm in the wrong place. Oh, Chris is lost in his drives. Oh, there it is. Chris's DAS stuff. There we go. Paste it into there. Wait while it copies over. Yeah, everybody drop K and R. There you go. Thank you, Charles. Give her a follow and check her out when you can. I do love hanging out over there. I'm a lurky SOB, but I am kind of listening as you're talking about what you're up to and other things. It's always entertaining to have you in the background. Yeah, I'm slowly copying something. I don't know. Let's take a pop. So anyhow, I have modeled a little bracelet like this. And I've made matching earrings. And this all started when I was decorating the hat. So it started out as hat flare, and then I repurposed it to be the earrings and the bracelets. Because it looks more thematic that way, right? If you just kind of repeat the same thing over and over again. And I'm lazy, so I don't have to figure out what I'm going to do that's unique for the bracelets and the earrings. I've already got it done. And this goes, and I have a dress that goes with this, and eventually we'll make cowboy boots. Let's replace those. Now we can pop over to this, and I can kind of show what's going on. Almost. I'm bringing in another pair of earrings I did at another time. Let's refresh. Genesis 9 clothing. The 50s Daisy outfit. There we go. I think I can put this over here now. So this is a 1950s Daisy outfit, and what I'm doing, I did do the earrings separately. So we're going to do the earrings separately. So, and let's just, you know what? We're going to make you look like a, oops, that went away. Do this. No. I don't have anything selected. That's my problem. Keep clicking and nothing happens. Let's get the, gonna step away for a bit and rest and eat. Alrighty. Thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. And I appreciate the lurk too. Do that. Back over to the content library. Okay, so I did this. You know what? I'm going to bring these out just so I can kind of refer to them. Did I set these up as, are these figures or are these just props? Yeah, I think I just propped these on there. I didn't even do a good job of it. Look at where those are centered. These ones are going to be better. All right, we're just going to prop those on. We get better every time. All right, let's move back to the Dale Western dress. We're just going to drop the dress in here for a little bit. And I just went the wrong way. We're on Genesis 9. You have the dress here. So and I got to add buttons to that still. And I got that. And I've got to update the flare for that. So we are working on. Did I export out everything? I have not. I was in the middle of that when I wanted to figure out how I wanted to do the earrings. How did I do the earrings on the Meadow Muse? We'll separate. We're going to separate these out. Now I got to check the other outfit. Hold on. Content library. Let's go take a look at. I did earrings on another more recent outfit. I'm going to see if that's nearby. Starheart. Maybe in this folder here. Akvo. I'm getting close. Still may have it loaded in. Hold on. I did not. Okay. Never mind. Let me check Daz, see how I did it that way. Without me making you all sit around. Let's just do here and do that. Do this. And I'm going to look at this. And do I have right and left earrings? Or do I just have earrings? You know what? I'm going to export these together. I think we're going to do that. Okay. However I did these, I'm going to try to do the same thing. Go back to Daz. We're going to select both earrings. We're going to select both earrings. Export those out together. Will be Dale earrings. And I should say G9, but I'll fix that. All right, let's get them into here and rigged up, saved out. Probably given that there's 15 minutes left, we'll probably just be able to do that. Where am I? I'm in the wrong folder. I want to be down here. Here, over here. So anyhow, I'm going to redo this flare. So I think I re-exported the flare. So let's import in. I'm going to re-import the hat flare. Should be good. I'm totally going to get rid of that orange color when I think about it. And we actually had textures for this, so let's set that up. Actually, I can see Control Y, Y. I think I can just update this. Do you have color on you? No, you didn't have color on you anymore. Never mind. Surfaces, hat flare. Apply my generic shaders of that. Come over to where we have those textures. Nope, I'm lost. All right, we just have to go to the projects. I gotta just navigate to it. I'm navigating on screen too. Can't see nothing. Sorry. Dale Western dress. There we go. Runtime. Textures. Me. Cowboy hat. Flare base color. There we go. Let's just drop that in there. that become transparent? What the- Oh, I must have put the wrong shader on here. I bet you that's what I did. I bet you I clicked on that instead of this. There we go. That's better. That is a special shader that makes it easier for me to make material files. Anyhow, let's try this again. There's the colors that we did last time. I have a height map. We're going to put you into the bump channel. I have this metallicity map. Put that right into there. I got a roughness map for our flare. That goes in the glossy roughness. Right there. And we do have a normal map. So let's drop that into the normal channel. So there we go. So the hat flare is done. I'm going to rewrite over this one here with this. So let's do that. Save you as a figure prop asset. Actually, cancel that. I'm going to make sure you're parented to the hat and then save you. So hat is right there. Take the flare. Parent is good. Now I'm going to save that out. That's the dress I'm trying to get submitted. I keep adding stuff. That's my problem. I added more Morse to the dress today. What the hell, Chris? Just finish it. I did get some promos done, so I'm working on those. Projects. Saving. I'm saving. I knew that. Dresses. Dale Western. People. Genesis 9. Clothing. Me. Dale. I'm going to overwrite that one right there. And already exists. You want to replace it? Hell yeah. Product. You are going to be Dale Western. Set the content type. You're a prop. Actually, you're an accessory. And you're a head accessory. I'm just going to do that. You're going to go onto a hat. I guess you could be a headband too. Somebody was really creative. And you're an accessory for the head. I'm going to call that good. Gotta run and get ready to cook dinner and all that jazz. All right, take care, buddy. We will catch you later. Hey, everybody, uh, go buy stuff from Loki. Render Hub. He just uploaded a couple of new things to Render Hub. Check it out. Genesis 9 versions of his Sporty Swim and his socks, I believe, are over there now. Also, buy stuff at Renderosity, characters and now clothes. So check out Loki's stuff there. And also, you can find them on Daz. If there's some Loki characters at Daz, they're probably on sale. Daz is having a big sale. I think stuff like 60% off, maybe. So check that out. My stuff's on sale there. Some of my stuff, 48 items of mine are on sale over at Daz, 60% off. So if you got stuff of mine in the wish list, feel free to check it out. Going, hey, I've been meaning to pick this up. I can almost afford this, so I'll get it later. So, earrings. Let's get the earrings in here. Bum, bum. Dale earrings. I should have said G9 on those, but that's okay. Let's open that up. This is probably good. We're going to accept that. I'm going to come over here. Dale 9 earrings. I'm going to say G9 on here. G9 is good. All right, let's we're just going to do a quick rigging, and I'm just going to put my generic shader on there. Generic shader has been applied. Do the transfer tool on this. Not the transfer tool. That's the transfer tool. Genesis 9 favorites is what is the source. Dale earrings. There we go. It's so sad. What? Template. I think I'm going to treat this as a hair, as a short hair. You went to check your DAV store. Seems that they launched. Oh, they launched your 38 products already? Dang. Without any promos. That crazy ass Daz. I gotta admit, Daz marketing can be frustrating. Is this good? I think this is good. I'm gonna do that. It moved a little bit. Oh, that's because it's that's right. They're fitted to the. This is the female. So of course they moved a little bit. I think we're good. All right, let's do the bracelets. Bracelets going to be done individually. Actually, let me save the earrings. Let's do that. Activate this. Let's click on one of these Dale Western earrings, G9. Dale Western, DW Western earrings, D9, follower, you're actually an accessory, head, ears, and you are accessory, head. Do I have ears options? I do have ears options. Do that. Accept those. Yo, Kia Ora, Kiwi. How you doing, buddy? All right. Earrings have been saved out. Let's do the bracelets. Let's get those both imported, and then we'll both get them transferred. You hope to have P.51 posted in a day or so. Oh, page 51. Oh, nice. Everybody, check out Kiwi Hawk. He's got a gallery. You have new galleries or anything, Kiwi? If so, feel free to let us know, and we'll update your command. Also, we need to give you a sounder. I have to get around to that. As opposed to the Mustang. Yeah. Zoom, zoom. Import. Bracelet L. Dale Bracelet L. I should, you know what? I probably should say G9 on this. I should have said G9 on that. I'm going to say G9 on that. Then I'm going to resave it. Let's get that other bracelet in here. I think that was the L. It should be the R. R. G9. Okay, let's resave that. Earrings, G9. Yes. Only the two you have sadly neglected. Okay. Well, if you ever update anything, let me know, and I will try to do that. I still going to get a sound for you. Because your name's Kiwi Hawk, I think we're going to get a hawk scream. That's what I'm thinking. I think a hawk would be appropriate for a Kiwi Hawk. As opposed to a kiwi fruit, because I don't know. I'm not sure how a kiwi fruit screams, and if it did, what sound it would make. Anyway, I gotta cook dinner. Semi-angry now. Oh, sorry, dude. Take care, Loki. No promo, and no sales, and no heads up. Me have to pull them down from my other stores. Oh. Head, ears. I gotta redo this, don't I? Accessory. Head, ears, accept. All right, let's rig the bracelets. They're not quite lined up because we're currently on the female shape. Could be fine. Let's do this. They're probably going to get a little deformed because I have the hand bent. Catch you next time. Look, oh, that. Activate the transfer tool. Select the Genesis 9. Select one of the bracelets. I'm going to do body template loose. Accept that. And we're going to run this again for the other bracelet. Genesis 9. Other bracelet. I really got to rename that G9. I thought I did. No, the G. There you go. That one, you need to be done. No, you're. Yes, that one right there. You get to be body template loose. There we go. The bird sound is not hard to find, but not that ear catching. We're going to find a nice screaming bird sound for you, dude. Birds of Fury. All right, I got to rename these because it took the G9s off when it converted into the figures. Because of course it did. All right, these should be good. I'm going to select all these and make sure. Actually, I applied the shader to that. We're going to apply the shader to these. I'm going to stick my generic shader on here. We're going to save these out. It's about time to call it a day. Start looking for somebody to raid after we save these. Select this, select that, do this. I think I clicked on the, I have no idea which one I clicked on. Let's do that and say bracelet. I think it was L. I did. It was L. Excellent. You are in the Dale Western product. You are an accessory for the arm. That is the left arm. And we're going to call that the wrist. It's close. It's close. Here, we're going to set the category. Don't have to be so. You are an accessory for the arms, and say lower on that one. Accept that, and away it goes. And then we're going to do the bracelet on the right side. Save that out. Bum, bum, bum. Bracelet L becomes bracelet R. You are part of the Dale Western outfit. You are an accessory for the arms on the right near the wrist. Oops. It'll be fine. All right. I think this is where I'm going to call it for today. So I got the earrings done. We got the bracelet set up. They need a little bit of work to turn off those more so they're deforming them, but that's easy to do. We have our dress, and we still need to start working on boots. Tomorrow night, I'm not sure if it'll be boot night or if we'll start texturing things. So one or the other, but we're still working on this outfit. We'll be on that tomorrow. Maybe Thursday we will start the 40s lingerie. We'll do that. Anyhow, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Let's find somebody to raid and call it a day. Hey, are you all following CS Bond? He's a cool cat. You should be following him. Hey, thanks for being here, Quasi. Everybody, make sure you're following Quasi over on the YouTube. Super cool stuff
Hey,
over there.
bud. Let's party.
And Quasi has been live streaming on YouTube, so if you get a chance to catch him, it's always boot night when you're living well. Hey, thanks for being here, Esram. It's good to see you, man. And Kayfae, thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. If you're not following Kayfae art already, I can't do this over here. Damn it. Because I'm co-streaming, it doesn't autofill in names. I got to come all the way up here and copy copy that and then paste it into my chat. We'll see. Oh, life is such a pain. Oh, woe is me. Anyhow, make sure you're all following Kayfae Art. She is a super cool oil painter. I think mostly oil painting is what I usually catch. Did that shout out not work? It's because there's an @ there. Damn it. You confused the bot. Now I've got a. There we go. There we go. There's the proper one. Anyhow, let's find somebody to rate and call it a day. Let's see who's on. We will be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time for more 3D stuff. I'm still working on the cowgirl dress. It'll probably be the cowgirl dress. Let me bring up this. Let me see. Let me bring up this. Now I can hear myself. Let's stop that. That is a scary ass voice. Why did I? You know, my voice doesn't freak me out as much as it used to. That's what happens when you hear yourself too often. Yeah, it's percent AM, New Zealand time, sadly. Oh, dude, I'm sorry. All right, we're rolling up. Soundworks is on. Doing a bike ride, beer, and dinner. That might be where we'll go. We might just hang out with Soundworks as he does IRL streaming on his bike. I have actually missed those streams. Our friend Permafried Wookie is playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Check out Permafried Wookie, aka DJ Stulu. Vintage Watercolors. I'm not sure what she's up to. It says The Midnight Walk, Artist Analysis. She's pretty cool. I don't watch her very much, though, honestly. And the nice lady there over there is just chatting. So we'll go over and say hi to Soundworks. Not gonna lie, I hung out a lot with Soundworks during the pandemic while he was playing Red Dead Redemption. Super cool guy. IRL streams and stuff. Did he lose his connection? Network failure. You know what? We're going to pop over there and see if maybe we can catch him. He has lost his connection, but I think he might be able to get it back. So we're going to do that. 5 a.m. Oh, dude. That is so early. Anyhow, let's go over and say hi to Soundworks, and hopefully he comes back. And if not, give him a follow anyhow, and check him out when he is live, or is actually able to stream. So that's one of the things with IRL streaming in the real world is sometimes you lose your internet. So we're going to do this. Hey, you got raid calls. Feel free to copy that if you're not a subscriber. If you'll copy that. This, of course, is for Twitch. If you're over on YouTube, I mean, you can run over to Twitch and join the raid. That would be cool. Otherwise, hey, feel free to join the Discord if you haven't already. If you put stuff in the gallery, we share it on Saturdays. Also, I try to announce whether I'm actually streaming on scheduled streaming days. Next one, as I said, is tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Anyhow, let's do this. /raid sound works. Did I do that right? I think I did. Raid has been started. Alrighty. Thank you all being here. I appreciate it. 10 viewers ready to raid Soundworks in 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. Hasta la vista, baby.